Hey guys, Lamont here, and sorry for not making a video for the last 2 weeks. Amplify makes me so busy and I work all day and I get very tired, so I'm sorry. But this week I did something super exciting. I went back to New Zealand, my home country, kind of. I'm from England, I lived in New Zealand for 8 years. It's crazy. But yeah, so I went back to New Zealand and it was so cool because I got to see my family again. That was really nice. And I went there because I went to see a Miranda Sings show. And I've been wanting to see a Miranda Sings show since I saw them on YouTube, so maybe for like the last year or two. And they always look so funny because people film the whole thing on YouTube and they upload it and I'm like, thank you, I love you. So I've watched a bunch of her shows and they're all so funny. So to see it in person was a long-term dream. And then she said she was coming to New Zealand, Australia. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go. So I bought tickets to New Zealand when I lived in New Zealand, but now I've moved to Australia, so I have to go back for it. But thankfully, work said I could go, and I just worked remotely. Is that what they call it? Remotely. So I was still tweeting away on the Amplify account and all that kind of stuff, and I was still doing the conference calls. So that was really cool. So thank you, work. You're cool. And yeah, so I flew back. So I had to go from Sydney to Auckland, then I drove from Auckland to Hamilton, and then I flew from Hamilton to Wellington, and the show was in Wellington. And it was so funny, honestly. Like, I was so excited. I just went by myself because I was like, I love Miranda, so I'm just going to go by myself and pay full attention to her. And it was amazing. If you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you'll have seen my coverage, my live coverage, and I had an amazing time. It was so funny. The show was about an hour and 15 minutes long, and I laughed the entire time. It was hilarious. And I'd obviously watched a lot of her shows before, but she had new bits and things that I hadn't seen before, and we have fan engagements, so fans go up on stage and they take part in different bits, so that always changes the show up a bit. And there were really great people who went up, and it was just hilarious. I really loved it. And I'm just being overtaken by wind. After the show finished, I had a VIP ticket. The word came out. I had a VIP ticket, so I got to meet Miranda, which was very cool. And yeah, so it was very quick. So with meet and greets, they're generally about 10 to 20 seconds long, and that sounds really insane, but when you have a few hundred people trying to meet one person, it has to be quick. So I was prepared, and I was like, I have to get a cool thing, what do you call it, pose ready. So I was prepared. I saw, because like, I was one of the last people to go up, and it just happened on stage. So we all sat in our seats, and then we slowly lined up and then got up on stage and took a photo. And I saw her like straddling people, being lifted, doing gangster signs, doing all these really crazy funny poses. I'm like, I have to do a funny pose because I can't just do a boring pose. So the time came, and I was wearing my Fox shirt, and I went up to her, I hugged her, and she's like, I love your t-shirt. And then she started singing, what does the fox say, na na na. That viral hit, and I laughed at that, and then I hugged her, well, not hugged her, like I held her, and we took a normal photo, and then I said, can I hold your leg? And she's like, sure. And she just lifts her leg up, and we took this amazing photo, which I'm so proud of, and I find it so funny every time I look at it, and it was amazing. And then after that photo, I said thank you, and she said thanks for coming, and then I walked off, and I met her sister Rachel and her fiance Joshua, and then I was out, and I was done. So it was very quick, but completely worth it. And Colleen is so lovely, and it's just really nice meeting her, and I got such an amazing photo. I was just so happy. And yeah, and I put it on Instagram, and I put it on Twitter, and everyone loved it. I was like, yes, it's amazing. So yeah, and then after that, Miranda and Colleen and Joshua and Mama Ballinger, they were all following people and stuff. So Colleen's mum follows me on Twitter now, Colleen follows me on Twitter, and Joshua follows me on Twitter. So I was very excited about that. I was like, oh my gosh, you're following me! So that was super fun. And it's just funny, like a simple follow can make someone so happy, and I was like, this is very cool. So yeah, so that was my experience. I loved the show, it was hilarious, and Colleen and Joshua are amazing singers. And then Miranda's a character, it's just so funny all the time. And then meeting Colleen was lovely, and meeting Joshua and Rachel was lovely. And it was really lovely that they followed me after, and they like favoured my posts and stuff. So overall, an amazing, lovely experience. So if you have the opportunity to go to one of her Australian shows, because she's in Australia at the moment, I totally recommend it. And if she has a show in your area in the future, you should go because it's amazing and hilarious, and she's so lovely. So yeah, that was my experience at Miranda Sings' show. Miranda Sings'. So yeah, that is all for this week. I hope to see you next Friday, but for now, goodbye.